Hey everybody, Ryan here coming at you with a video. I actually have not made a video probably about a week and a half or so. Just really been going through the same stuff I've been going through for the last, few months, and that's just, I've been so busy with work and everything, it's just, sometimes I just get so tired where I'm unmotivated to make a video. But I'm back here with an update video. Now this is a Blu-ray update, DVD update, VHS update, and dare I say, serial update. And you might be thinking, what the heck is Ryan talking about serial for? Well, it's actually a pretty cool thing, and that's what I'm going to do to start out this video. So, yes, today is a very long-awaited Blu-ray, DVD, VHS serial update. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is my update of everything I've gotten really over the last few weeks. I wasn't sure if I've already shown them in a video. I know I did an unboxing, but these are two things right here that I have. I can't remember if I've shown them or not, but it's the Birdman Blu-ray with the red case and the Interstellar Steelbook. And these two things I got about a month and a half, 2 months ago, whenever they came out. And I wasn't sure if I've shown those in an update video. I don't think I have. So that's starting it out. But first, what do I mean by serial update? Well, lately when I've been going to the grocery store, I've been seeing that some cereals are having like Star Wars promotions. And so I saw this at Target, and this is exclusively at Target. You could get this deal like at other stores, but this particular thing you could only get at Target. And what am I talking about? If you buy Cheerios or some select General Mills cereal, you can actually get a Star Wars exclusive poster. And if you get this big one, this big box of cereal, I think I got it on sale for like $2.99. You get the first poster with all the films, episodes 1 through 6, and that's pretty awesome. Now you have to collect like 6 boxes of cereal in order to get these. I'm pretty sure that was what the if you have to look at some of the other boxes of cereal to get these, but this at Target you get the one that I'm actually getting ready to show you now. So this is it right here. Right there. That's pretty freaking awesome for a free poster. And then on the back, it has Star Wars, and then it has all the logos for the cereals you can get it in. And then in the middle it says Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. So I definitely plan to frame this and add it to my Star Wars poster memorabilia collection. So yes, that's what I meant by serial update. So let's go ahead and move on to some other Star Wars stuff. I've been in the mood of just trying to collect all my favorite franchises. I'm trying to collect different formats of. So since we're talking about Star Wars, let's go ahead and talk about one thing I got on eBay for like $1 plus shipping, and so it was only like $4 or $5, and that is the widescreen Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition, and it's in pretty perfect condition. And as you can see, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And these are the special editions, the widescreen special editions. Out of all of the altered cuts of the film, basically anything other than the theatrical cuts, this is the one I prefer out of all of those other cuts. I don't really like some of the changes on the Blu-ray release. It's kind of jarring on some of them. And the 2004 DVDs, they had some changes too that I just really didn't care for. And so, out of all the special edition versions, the original widescreen 1997 Star Wars Special Edition Trilogy is the one I prefer. So, you know, I mean, of course, I wish the theatricals would get a Blu-ray release, but I'm not one of those people that just completely, you know, I'm not buying anything Star Wars related unless it's, you know, the unaltered theatrical cut, because I'm not going to do that, because I love Star Wars and I really want to join in on, you know, the fun, the festivities, and if I have to watch an altered version in some way, then I'll do that. I mean, it's like what my buddy James on, you know, DVD Collector 1974 says, is that Star Wars fans are, I think he says they're stupid in the fact that we will buy whatever. We could complain about it, and because James is a huge Star Wars fan too. He's like, we would complain about it, but the thing is, we are still going to be idiots to go up to the counter and buy what we're just now bitching about, basically. So, and plus, I just love Star Wars. So, you know, some of the changes I could just be like, but it doesn't really take away from the experience for me at all. Now, future, like, you know, the future generations, it kind of is sad because there's certain things about them, you know, Greedo shooting, you know, make Han, you know, that it kind of takes some meaning out of some of those scenes, you know, Darth Vader with the no, you know, in Return of the Jedi. It does take some, you know, if you're a first-time viewer, it does take some meaning away from it, you know, representing the inner conflict in Darth Vader that was silent, but you could tell what he was going for, but the no just kind of, it almost makes you feel like a stupid audience member, and they're just trying to say, okay, he's so conflicted, if you couldn't tell by him being silent and looking back and forth, that we're just going to go ahead and have him yell no. And then some other scenes, you know, scene changes. What the heck am I even... I can't even remember what point I was trying to make. And I understand that because I've seen the theatrical cuts, of course, and, you know, love them dearly. But I do feel bad for the other generations that can't get, you know, good copies of the theatrical cuts that have, you know, all that stuff intact. You know, Han Solo shooting Greedo with Greedo not even touching a gun. Just shows in the first movie how ruthless Han Solo actually was and how much he really didn't care about taking a life if he need be to protect himself. And he kind of walks out like a gunslinger, basically, in, you know, a Western film. And that was like, you know, made him kind of an unpredictable character. Man, this update's going to be long because I'm talking about Star Wars stuff. You know, it does, you know, he was a gunslinger, and that's supposed to make the dynamic of his character at the end of the series, you know, at the end of the trilogy, you know, to where he's a loving, kind of humorous kind of guy. He was always witty, but, you know, somebody who would actually be married eventually to Princess Leia. You know, like, I would say it's another kind of transformation like Michael Corleone at the beginning of The Godfather than at the end of The Godfather. Except, you know, Han Solo goes from being almost kind of a, you know, a villainous type character in a way, and just the fact that he's a smuggler, you know, gunslinger type, you know, character. He's not a bad guy per se, but he has some of those ways in him to being, you know, a leader of the rebels. You know what I mean? And so I do feel bad that people can't, you know, enjoy that kind of change. I mean, he still makes a change, but, you know, little stuff like that. And it does affect, you know, how you look at the character. So, but either way, at the end of the day, I still love Star Wars. And so, yeah. I pretty much will love every edition just because I'm a dumb Star Wars fan, and I will continue to buy all these editions. But hopefully one day we'll get a theatrical release. I'm not, you know, on Blu-ray. I'm not, you know, saying I'm going to wait around for it. I mean, of course I'm going to wait around for it, but I'm not saying like I'm putting all hope into that. Like, Star Wars, unaltered cuts, on Blu-ray, failed attempt at a joke. But, it's not my hope that it's going to come out. I'm just going to say, oh, well, if it does, it does. If not, I'm still going to love all the editions because it doesn't really, I don't know. I just got to move on because I'm just rambling at this point. Alright, next up, I got this for about $32 at Walmart. And I've been wanting to get the whole set, but it's just been so pricey. I haven't been able to, really justify getting it, for the price that they charge for it. So I'm getting them separately. And a lot of the special features on the Blu-ray set is actually stuff I've seen and I watch online. I could download it online. And even if I'm missing a couple things, that's fine. I'll eventually get the extra features discs on eBay or something like that. But I got Star Wars Trilogy, the original edition, or the original trilogy on Blu-ray. And this is, of course, Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Or how, I don't really call them these by the episodes, but I mean, if you want to say it's A New Hope, Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, you can. With these films, I don't call them by their episodes, and I still call the original Star Wars. A New Hope, if I'm trying to reference one of them in a conversation, then with somebody I'll say A New Hope if I'm talking about another Star Wars fan, but it's really interesting because I know somebody, I was just talking to somebody the other day that remembers seeing Star Wars in 1977. And he's in his 50s now, and he was talking to me about how, well, basically I went up to him and I was talking about, it was May the 4th, and I was like, May the 4th be with you. It was somebody at work, and he was like, I haven't seen Star Wars in so many years, and I was like, did you see A New Hope in theaters? And he's like, no, I'm talking about Star Wars. And I was like, I know, A New Hope? And he's like, wait, what is that? And it didn't compute with, I guess, he still only knew of Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and Star Wars. And that's kind of how I was at. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't always reference it as A New Hope because I still consider it Star Wars. But, interesting tidbit. Man, I'm doing a lot of rambling in this video. But it's okay because I haven't made a video in a while. So, yeah. And the thing is, I got it for $32 at Walmart, but I was kind of disappointed too because of the fact that this case is so beat up. And this is the DVD combo pack as well, but this case is so beat up. I put a piece of tape to keep this DVD in the thing because I don't know if Walmart just likes throwing their stuff on the ground, but this itself, I'm going to have to get a new case for this, which is fine. I think it'd be cool to actually get a Blu-ray case for each of the films and then do like a custom cover for each film. I'm thinking about doing that. But then again, it'll probably never happen. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest. Alright. Next up, in line with some of the stuff I've already been talking about, and I've actually already made a video about this, but also trying to collect different formats of my favorite film of all time, The Godfather, and Godfather Part 2. And I love The Godfather 3 as well, but the first two are my favorite films of all time, tied. And I picked this up for about $5 on eBay, and that is The Godfather VHS 25th anniversary set. And this is pretty much in perfect condition as well. And I made a video on this already, but I love this. If you want to see me actually full on show you these, you could definitely go one video back to where I strictly talk about this. So, next up, we have something that was sent to me by my good friend Matt Quackenbush. He is a YouTuber on here, and definitely need to check out his channel down below. Before you continue this video, go and subscribe to his channel. He is an awesome YouTuber. He's fairly new, and so he doesn't have as much content on his channel as like somebody who's been on here like 6 years, but he makes some awesome videos, and he's a huge fan of everything that we are fans of. So please go to his channel, sub him, and just give him a big welcome to the community. He's not new, but he deserves way more subs than he has. So go check him out. And he was kind enough to send me, when he found out that I was collecting everything that had to, do with these films. I asked people on Facebook, did they have anything that I could buy from them that they, just have sitting around that they don't use, like an old edition. And he mentioned that he has this. And so he sent it to me, and it's the Godfather DVD box set. This is the 2002, I think it was 2002 when this was, 2001 is when this came out, and it was very long awaited, and people were really, really excited when it came out. And I'll be doing a video on this too, in that Godfather series that I told you about, that I did the VHS thing on. So, but when this came out, people were really happy, but I remember being, I think because these are my mom's favorite movies too, and I remember when she bought this, I watched The Godfather, and I was like, man, this looks so good. I love the DVD, but it was not restored at all, and so the picture isn't the greatest. But of course, then they did the Francis Ford Coppola did the really meticulous restoration of the first two films, and it looks amazing now. But it's still an awesome release because of the fact that it was like so long awaited. The packaging on this is so awesome. I mean, for instance, here is The Godfather Part 2, right here. And you open that up, and then it's the chapter selections, and then Robert De Niro right there, and then it's split out over 2 discs. But the thing is that anybody who knows anything about the Godfather Blu-ray sets is that they don't really have a lot of artwork, and you get like a picture on the back and maybe something on the front, kind of like this. But like, I love how the Godfather always remains simple with some of their artwork, but you could still be simple, but then still kind of have a little bit more than what they show. And that was one of the things I loved the most about this DVD release. Yeah. And of course, the Blu-ray set has all these special features as well, plus another bunch of special features. So, the Godfather DVD set. Now I have the Godfather Blu-ray set, DVD set, and the VHS set. Next up is a couple things that I received from Mill Creek, and these are awesome releases. I was only disappointed with one of them. That's just because I was not knowledgeable in this. But I am talking about the Three Stooges. Now, I'm knowledgeable in the Stooges, but this one has, the first one I'm going to talk about has the Three Stooges go around the world in a daze. The Three Stooges with Hercules, or meet Hercules, and then the Outlaws is coming. Those three are really hilarious, Three Stooges type films, or Three Stooges films. A lot of them are, in the 60s, so it was like, towards the end of the Stooges, career, basically. And, end of the actual heyday of the Three Stooges. So these were awesome. These are really good. Now, the next one is Three Stooges, Time Out for Rhythm, Rockin' in the Rockies, and Have Rocket Will Travel. Now, I love Have Rocket Will Travel. I really enjoyed that one. But Rockin' in the Rockies was good, and so was Time Out for Rhythm. But the reason why I was kind of disappointed, and it's not necessarily with the product. These look great for the kind of, negatives that they were able to get. These look great on Blu-ray. But I I think my complaint is with the films themselves on this one, that they really didn't feature the Three Stooges as like main characters, which people that are like hardcore Three Stooges fans will probably be like, well, duh, we know that. But that was the only thing that kind of caught me off guard, was the fact that, especially the first one, Time Out for Rhythm, it had a bunch of other people as like, the leads, it was still cool, but I was just slightly disappointed because I thought it was going to be like how these were. So, and the next two things I've shown in different live streams on other channels. I know I showed it on Saturday Night Insanity, on Zarin Isarak's channel, and then of course I've shown it like on Instagram and Facebook. Thought I heard something. The next thing I got is the digibook of Papillon, one of my all-time favorite films. I love this film so much. It's my favorite Steve McQueen film, pretty much tied with The Great Escape. And this film is just amazing for so many different reasons. Franklin J. Schaffner is one of the most underrated filmmakers, and what I mean by that is that he's made this, he made, Planet of the Apes, he did Patton, and he did a bunch of other awesome stuff. And his films are really gritty, and they're full of realism, and the fact that, like, in Patton, when you're with Patton, it's almost like you feel the atmosphere of the film. You feel when he's in North Africa. You feel when he's in a war zone. You feel it because the imagery is so realistic, and it's so gritty and raw. And that's the thing about Planet of the Apes too, is like you could, it's almost like he could do what, like, Sergio Leone did, and that is, show people actually sweating, show these two guys, Dustin Hoffman and Steve McQueen, in this film. I mean, they must have had to take a major shower at the end of this production, because they get so dirty at some points. They look so rough. Steve McQueen gives such a great performance in this film, and I actually don't think he gets enough. I mean, this is Oscar worthy. His performance in this film, but Franklin J. Schaffner, I think, is underrated because he's not a name that you hear, other than if you're a cinephile. If you're even a Planet of the Apes fan that's just not big into every movie like we are, but they love Planet of the Apes, they're not going to know the name Franklin J. Schaffner as if they're going to know, like, as if they already know Hitchcock or Spielberg or Scorsese. Schaffner, for some reason, is not, like, one of those names, even though he's done some amazing and influential films. But, anyways, this is a great film, and awesome digibook. The only thing about the packaging that kind of confused me was the fact that, that's the front, and then I already showed you the back, but just in case you didn't catch it, I'm not going to show you again, just in case you haven't seen the film. But basically, the film is spoiled on the back, the back artwork, because you're like, oh, you see, but you don't know the context of the picture, but, whatever. And it looks amazing on Blu-ray as well. Next thing, which is the last thing in this update, I think. Yeah. It is Welcome Back, Kotter, Season 1. Welcome back! And this is the Warner Brothers release. It's not, basically individually they released this, and then I think the other seasons are released on Shout Factory. But now Shout Factory has a complete set with all these seasons. But this individual release right here is Warner Brothers. And this is Season 1. And this show is freaking hilarious to me. Like, I grew up watching reruns of this. But now that I'm older, I don't know what it is. It's almost like, it almost feels like it's improv. Like, they know what they're supposed to, because the audience is roaring with laughter the entire time. I mean, it's a hilarious show. And, everybody knows it as, being the start vehicle for, John Travolta. And he's awesome in this. But everybody on this show is awesome and hilarious. And for being a show that was filmed on video, you know, it looks pretty damn good on DVD. And I don't know if it, you know, if it could get any better considering it was shot on video, but man, I think I just messed up this box. Welcome back. Okay. So I highly recommend it. I can't wait to get the bigger set. You know, I really want to get the Shout Factory set. And, but anyways, that's this update video. Just giving you a heads up, I'm still, because I was dealing with all that stuff, I'm still editing Michael Keaton Week, which will be coming up, I would say, within the next 3 weeks or so. I'm still editing, and I got most of my marathon, my 24-hour movie marathon for this year edited. I just got to finish it. And there's a couple other things that I'm working on that I just need to finish. I need to get up off my butt. Actually, I am. That's the reason why I haven't done it, because I'm out doing a bunch of other stuff, work and all that. Since I work 12-hour days, it's not, you know, I'm usually exhausted by the time I get home. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure you check out the videos that I referenced. Be sure you check out my buddy Matt's YouTube channel, and remember, there is 3 ways of doing things: the right way, the wrong way, and the Chattaway. See ya.